Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to Rimworld Ascension, episode 43. If you enjoy this episode, please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, MODLIST is down in the description. And with that, let's get into the video. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that little recap episode last week, but now we're back into actual gameplay, so let's talk about what we're gonna do. We are now in the industrial era, which means we now get to research the actual fun stuff. Namely, the thing I'm most excited for personally, electricity. Because with electricity, we can build things like an actual freezer so our food stops rotting. So I'm really looking forward to that. Other than that, everybody's about to have a mental breakdown, so that's lovely, but we can deal with that. We are now going to be focusing a lot on industrialization, getting everything modernized, being able to equip our people with guns now that we can make real ammunition. Although, I don't think we can make proper ammunition yet. I do believe we have to make a machining table in order to make it. So we do have to wait a bit for that. So we are going to go ahead and, since Scout is a Boreskin and unwaveringly loyal, we are going to basically turn them into a blood bank. So what we're going to want to do as well, in order to make sure they don't do anything we don't like, because they are terrifying in melee combat, we are going to go ahead and take off both their legs. Yeah. That's a thing you can do, in case you did not know. Now, can't amputate a leg yet, as we have only 4 medicine, which I am saving, as I do not wish to waste it, especially not on a prisoner. Does the cheese give any benefits? 8 cheese. Cheese gives mood boosts. Good to know. Well, next time we get a bunch of milk, we're gonna make some more cheese, I suppose. We also have a lot of fungus, which we cannot turn into food for some reason. Let's go ahead and fix that. Even if they don't like eating it, at least it's edible. We can't really afford to be picky right now. We don't have a lot of food. Ah! Now here's a good quest we can take. All we have to do is beat 8 man-hunting woolly mammoths, and we get the psychic neuroformer to get more psychic powers. Since Maze is taking their sweet time building this up, and Calhoun does technically have psi powers, but is unable to use them because we don't have anything to meditate at, I say let's take this quest. Simple enough. We get our 3 armored guys here. We send them to stand down here. Make sure everybody else is inside the wall, pretty much. Now, when will they show up? Arrive in 16 hours. Okay. So let's just go ahead and make sure that everybody's inside the wall. I'm not gonna make Storch, Kata, and Latch stand there for 16 hours, but I just want to make sure that they are in the area. Ooh, a shaman merchant. Interesting. Shaman might have medicine. And apparently they're deciding to go stand up here where there is no door. Of course. Well, let's see. The Bompa Pact wants us to do a thing now. No. Just because I don't like the Bompa Pact. They're kind of my sworn enemies now. They've been blowing up my base constantly, and I don't like them. So we are going to not do anything for them, other than wipe them out. I don't think we're going to need to build this catapult anymore. That does not matter. So we're going to just stop building that catapult, now that we have more modern technology on the way. And here it is. The man-hunting woolly mammoth. Alright, let's go ahead and get our melee boys up and at it. Send them on down. Make sure we switch them over to their halberds. Well, there we go. That's all of them. That was pretty easy, I'd say. At least you need to go to the doctors. And let's just go ahead and have Kata here. Let's see, finish off. Oh, that's a lot of rot stink. And here's the pods. And there we are, one psychic neuroformer. Now we get to have the joy of figuring out who to give it to. Let's go give Nash here the artificial denture he needs. It's about time we give that child his jaw back in some way or another. Alright, let's hope this succeeds. It's not the best it's not the best hospital, but it is better than a lot of what we used to have. Success! He now has a denture. After electricity, we're going to go ahead and research gas extraction, which will allow me to exploit this gas geyser over here. I think we'll be using that to generate power. Which does mean we will need to expand over here. Build some defenses. That's going to be a lot of resources. A lot of resources we don't have currently. You know what? I want to get electricity as soon as physically possible, so we're actually going to force Storch and Jaleel to research. I don't want this food to rot, so we are going to just go as much research as we can do until they almost have mental breakdowns. Shuttle crash. Oh, that's not actually that far away. Hello. Let's see. Oh, you're a toxer. That's fun. 12 hours. You got good stats. You have great stats. Oh, my. Cooking, plants, and construction. You are going to get captured. Let's see. Good medical, artiste, plants, mining. You also sound rather useful. How long are you gonna live? Oh, you got 21 hours. You are A-okay. We'll send Maze out to capture you. Right, we are out of beds in our prison. Well, you know what that means. Sleeping spots on the floor. Alright, Maze, go get... No. Hernan. Let's see. So you like to be exposed to pollution. Don't think I'm going to be capturing Axer. Whoa, those are some really good skills. But you have Alzheimer's. And our friend, well, I suppose those don't really matter. It's the high animals I really care about. And the high crafting. And the high social. But you are unwaveringly loyal. But who are you unwaveringly loyal to? Because these guys aren't from any faction. Suppose we're gonna find out. Let's go ahead and capture him. At the very least, we can make him a slave, I suppose. He's not the best when it comes to combat. He does have Tycoon, though, which is really annoying, because I don't think slaves are very good at trading. Well, we'll go capture him. So Axer will be the, Axer here will be the only one who's left to slowly bleed to death. Everybody else I can use. Yeah, Psychite dependency, wants pollution. Yeah, that's just not worth the effort. And there we go. We have figured out how to do electricity. That is good. That is very good. Now, if we go to the Power tab. Oh, that's right. We don't have to build those. We could just build a normal windmill. Just without all the fancy high-tech nonsense. Well, let's go ahead and try to get the Helixian gas, because that is something that is a resource we have that we can exploit. And Michael has inspired research. Okay. He doesn't do research. Let's see, Maze is about to have a mental breakdown. Please wait until you get that person all the way back. You know, I'm starting to think we might need to make our prison into separate rooms. With this many prisoners, a prison break would be bad, to say the least. We're also going to need a lot more food. And also give the prisoners the ability to feed themselves. So we're going to go ahead and put a stockpile zone in here. And we will give them simple meals. Alright, let's see. You are dying in 6 hours. Convert. Let's see. Jaleel, as much as I'd like for you to keep researching, I need you to come start doing some medical work. Alright, David. 11 hours. You're fine. 14 hours. You're less fine, but also not going to die immediately. Alright, let's get to tending him. Apparently we're giving him medicine. That is something I did not expect. See, all that meat's going to rot, and that bothers me a lot. Let's see. Power. Can we build a cooler? No. So we're going to need to research that as well. Air conditioning. Alright, we're going to have to research that as well. So that meat is unfortunately going to rot. That's sad. Or is it? Let's go ahead and start just cooking everything. Let's get Latch on the cooking. Start grilling. Michael, start cooking. Alright, is David being tended to? No. You want to tend to David? Oh, a drought! Right at the beginning of fall. Well, that's not too bad. We won't be able to grow here for much longer. Oh, I hope it doesn't affect my crops in here. That would be bad. We also need to get those heat stones turned on. And we have finished making all the chest plates that we had ordered. Very good. We are now going to save up our steel for future use making more guns. This table is essentially going to be useless now, but we'll keep it around just because. I'm sure we'll find a use for it later. Oh, and we got one successful conversion on Pi. And that means Pi can now begin to get recruited. Do we want to recruit Pi, though? I feel like we should make them into a slave instead. Their skills aren't too particularly useful. Sure, they're good in combat, but other than that, not too good in other things. I think we're going to enslave them. We're going to go ahead and cancel those traps. They weren't really doing a whole lot, honestly. Like, at all. So, they're just a waste of steel. They took out a couple of people, but with how many we're going up against, it doesn't really matter. I am noticing the walls are incredibly damaged. I can only assume it's from me chucking tons of dynamite and frag grenades at it. But the wall mostly held up except for this one single spot. So, I say it was a resounding success. Goes to show that melee choke points work great against large enemy hordes. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a conversion ritual on Nash. forgot this was a thing I can do, and that Nash wasn't actually a follower of our ideology. Speaking of which, we need to get Calhoun back to being the leader, which we should probably do first. Before we do that. Yep, there we go. Let's do that. There we go. We've done that, and now... Oh, that was it? That's all we could do? Huh. Oh, because it used your ability. Okay. And we can do an execution, too, if we really want to. Or we can do a speech, but I think we'll save the speeches for a later date. Well, I'm gonna leave this episode here, everyone. We didn't make a whole lot of progress, but we did research electricity and are researching how to use the green gas we have up here, which will give us, theoretically, infinite power on a small scale. So we'll be able to power some coolers, lights, all the fun stuff that we want. We got a bunch more prisoners, so we're gonna have to build so many new houses. So that's something I'm not really looking forward to. In the next episode, I'm hoping we can go do that one quest to go raid an ancient tomb, as well as do some building. And so with that, I will see you all in the next episode.